Welcome one and all to another amazing night here in Tranquility.
We absolutely are in for a treat of a match here tonight, no question about it.
And the grenade from Pompu eliminating everybody on the field.
Now between something as well is going to be a fly stab and death block them, and it's going to be huge. Fighting three.
The double kill with the Bastion ulti? Alright, I see you guys.
For B-Well, look to find a stick there, finds the stick, they find two with it!
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
And Cam with the four-man punch off the map!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tranquility, where the playoffs are getting started here. Tonight, we have a matchup between the 8 and the 9 seeds in the Transcendence Tier. My name is Dexatron, and I am joined by MisterYeti. Yeti, I kind of know how you're doing, but man, how are you doing?
That is a way to put it. You know, we've had quite the day here. My power came back just moments ago, and we're here now. That's all that matters, and I am excited. I have done exactly all the prep, and by that I mean I had no chance to really do much prep at all. But I am excited. I know these teams well. I am really excited to watch this matchup here. Both teams kind of had some middling regular seasons here, and I'm kind of excited to see them kind of step up and see who can really come out on top here. These teams just played each other too, which I think is super interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You said you know these teams really well, and like you just said, they just recently played each other last week. It was Eternal Blue coming up on top of that one, 3-2, so a series that went the distance. So again, these two teams are very close to each other when you look at a lot of stuff here. I asked both coaches, some questions, and both of them, when I asked them how would they say their regular season went, both of them kind of were on the same kind of track with me, saying basically, it's not to our liking. Empire's coach Reborn said it was definitely a regular season to forget, one that they thought they probably should have won a couple more games, just ended up not.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, Empire unfortunately gained a reputation this season of being the ones unable to close out a match. They had a few Map 5 losses this season against teams that a lot of people expected them to beat, Eternal Blue being one of them last week. So this is really interesting because this team has had so much difficulty kind of closing out. And this team is loaded with Tranquility veterans with a ton of experience. Former MVP in Cry. You also have Glitch. You have Train returning to this team as well. You have Gabe or B-Ball Man on this team as well. There's just a lot of talent on this team. Mm-hmm. They just haven't been able to really find that moment to kind of break through. And then meanwhile, you go over to Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue is a team that maybe not a lot of expectations coming in, but they've kind of gotten better as the season's gone on. And again, returning some strong players. And Empire pointed out specifically that they're keeping a really close eye on Water, specifically on their Genji. They look fantastic on the Genji, but they also are returning other players like Colossus as well, as former player from Avalon last season. Looks very good right now on the Eternal Blue roster. I mean, there's just a ton of talent here. And that's the crazy thing, is these teams had just kind of that middle of the road regular season, and now they get a chance to go at each other here. This is a big matchup because the winner here goes on to face the number 1 seed, MI7, for a chance to go to championship bracket, and that's everything.
Yeah, I mean, playoffs is a completely different thing. We could talk about records for these two teams. Again, very close. Eternal Blue, 4-4 record with only a +2 map differential throughout the 2 stages. Empire, 3-5 with a -2. So again, very close map differentials and records for these two teams. But like you said, winner goes on to play the number 1 overall seed in MI7. Loser will go down to play the number 16 seed in Culture in that lower bracket. But again, you really want to win. And I feel like these two teams, like you kind of said, both have been, have these players that have been in Tranquility a long time. Both have very good players that have been in Tranquility a long time.
Right.
I feel like one of these two teams might be kind of a sleeper team here in the Transcendence playoffs here. One that might be ready to make a run and maybe shock some people.
There was a lot of trendy picks that I noticed from people. A lot of people saying Empire and Eternal Blue, both teams to watch out for. Both teams could make a run to that championship bracket for sure. Once you get there, at that point, you have a chip chair and a chance and an opportunity to take on the big dogs. It's a best of 7 or a best of 7, first to 4 environment as well. Anything can happen in those, and both these teams have had success in that environment in the past with the players on their team. It's anybody's matchup here tonight. We're going to have a really close one, I'm sure, and I'm really excited to get to it. And it sounds like, am I hearing correctly, we're starting on Samoa. So we're heading right to the new map, first and foremost here.
Yeah. I have played Samoa a couple times in quick play, and honestly, I really like it. It is a kind of a different map with just one. The map is beautiful. You have to say that is honestly one of the nicest looking maps in the game. But
It's
every
incredible.
point, every point provides such a different type of play style. Normally, I say that with almost every control map, but Samoa, it definitely feels like, especially with how big and how small some of the points are in the high grounds and no high grounds around it, you can see a lot of different comps come out, and I feel like that's what we will see here tonight.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a big variety here. I know Empire has been working on their Sigma compositions a lot with May specifically, more and more trying to kind of fall in line with what the meta composition is. We do see a variety coming up from Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue does like to pull out the Wrecking Ball every now and then to mix it up a little bit. But again, Sigma seems to be a trend for both of these teams, which kind of falls in line with what we're seeing in the current competitive meta. Sigma just being very strong right now. It's pretty clear that that's kind of the favorite of a lot of teams, and typically is what's going to be most successful in a lot of these things. But Samoa is a map where you have the opportunity to run that Brawl composition, to run that Winston at times. Diva even can work out really well on points on this map as well. So there's a lot of variety you could bring to the forefront on Samoa, which I think is really interesting because we get that really kind of cool whatever people want to go to and wherever people want to go to for it. So there's really anybody's matchup here in Samoa. I'm really excited to get to this map. And honestly, for me, my first time casting a new map, it's so much fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be the same time. This is gonna be the same for me. First time casting Samoa as well. But like you kind of said, I mean, we can see a lot of different comps come out here. And Eternal Blue, talking about potentially playing the Wrecking Ball, is a hero that normally I would not expect to see. But I feel like that is always a kind of comp I would love to see because it means they want to try to play fast, maybe a little bit chaotic.
And that could really throw off a composition like Empire, where they're running that Sigma May Bastion, where they want to kind of set up and kind of establish out here. Looks like maybe Orisa, the Battle Cattle, might be coming out here for Empire. But we're seeing Istas coming in. She's on the Bastion here, which has been a choice of Empire's of late and has worked out pretty well for them in their most recent matches. But again, they've had this habit of dropping these close matches. So it's a big test for Empire tonight. See if they can beat away these 3-2 demons.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like each team kind of wants to go up into this room to the side of the point right now. Eternal Blue, Empire, my bad, taking this high ground where Eternal Blue's kind of playing around the point here.
Eternal Blue starting off here, kind of playing around the point. They're trying to stage in for a ball to come in with a big slam. Looking right now up on the high ground is Empire here, setting up. They'll have an opportunity here to really be able to counter push onto the core here of this Bastion composition, but it's going to be Sai picking up the first kill on Istas.
And you immediately see the follow-up from that first kill right there. Sai will pick up Glitch as well, and Pal just kind of going through, wreaking some havoc on this ball, which is what I'd like to see out of it. Just disrupting the team. You see the May come out of the ice block. Sai again trying to get rid of them here. Now they're just trying to blink to keep themselves alive. They do not have the recall there. It's going to be the Javelin from B-Ball Man taking care of them, but Eternal Blue going to be able to cap point here first. Water going to be able to find Cry on their way out. Lost Sauce going to be able to get behind that wall there and get healed up by that Kiriko.
Yeah, and they kind of, a couple exit picks on the way out for Empire here, but Cry being down, meaning Empire's going to have a hard time retaking. They will push in nonetheless, though, here. And Istas right now in that Bastion, in that turret form, putting out a lot of damage, but they have to go back into recon form right now, which is now going to be your Eternal Blue's go button.
Yeah, but they do find Lilac out early. That's a lot of your healing gone for Eternal Blue here. The Ant Matrix coming out from Glitch. You do see Train their ice block as Empire finally takes point. Oh, the Pulse Bomb comes out there from Sai, misses on everyone. Water able to take care of Glitch there, and now Empire down there, again, their main source of healing, but they do have the damage that kind of keep them sustained.
And Glitch gonna come back on the Moira, perhaps taking a bit from one of their coaches' try here on that one, going to the Moira, but a great sound barrier from Cry there, clutching up in a big way with health pool super low.
Overclock coming out here from Water, going to be able to find the bash in there of Istas, and it does seem like Eternal Blue trying to get the point flip there, but you do see Empire get back in time. Water going to be able to find Glitch as well with a nice railgun shot there of their own. Lostos trying to just boot B-Ball Man into the corner, getting very low here. Powell going to be able to drop their minefield, find one. Lilac will be able to find B-Ball Man, and Eternal Blue able to swap point Cry. Last man out will be sending back to their own spawn there.
Cry taken down at the very end there. Unfortunately, not able to keep that point rolling for Empire. So a couple changes coming over for Empire here. Again, that Moira switch putting out a ton of throughput right now, and also some additional damage and some survivability as well. Here comes this Kitsune Rush.
Yeah, Eternal Blue wants to play this very fast here, but look at Empire right now. 3 ultimates ready to go. They're already starting out with one of them right there. Pal gonna try to get rid of Istas while they're shooting off those Moors. Not gonna be able to find anything there. Water getting incredibly low. Cry now getting a little bit farther. There's a Terror Sorter coming out there from B-Ball. We'll find Lost Sauce. Lilac out as well. Water down for the count, going back to their spawn. Empire Blue, or Eternal Blue, kind of running out of members here. Pal's just gonna try to stall out on point as long as they can. Istas there with the Coalescence will be able, or Istas gonna be able to take care of Pal there with some help from the Coalescence from Glitch.
That was a well-fought fight there for Empire, barely dropping anything. Just an effective kill, the effective target priority there. They worked through the team really quickly. Lost Sauce getting caught. Oh no! The wall there from a train was perfect. Lost Sauce had nowhere to go.
And Train still holding on to this Blizzard right now. It leaves Empire in a really good spot right now, because all Eternal Blue really has is that minefield. They're already coming up on a overclock as well. Lost Sauce, though, not necessarily to that beat yet. We'll be able to get it pretty fast with the minefield already coming out here from Pal. Ice Block being forced out here by Train. But Eternal Blue just trying to cap point right now, and it looks like it might actually work out for them, especially with the Blizzard coming out.
An aggressive point take, but here comes Cry pushing in now with that sound barrier. Train is taken down by the mine, so not able to get that Blizzard off in time to be able to win this fight is Empire. And here comes this Pulse Bomb in from Psy, and that's a big one, taking down Glitch. So right now, Empire on the ropes, just trying to stay alive and rack up some percentage, but this is going to be Eternal Blue taking this one back.
Yeah, Cry, again, last one to fall in the fight. Eternal Blue will take control of the point, but Empire, especially with Train dying so early, still holding on to this Blizzard.
Yeah, that's a big ult right now. The fact that they have it still is nice. You know, it's kind of a shame they lost that last fight because Train went down early. They got to get this Blizzard. This Blizzard is very critical, and they got to find a way to mitigate that beat if they do. The Blizzard is out, and it's not a great one, unfortunately, but it does zone off the point. Sound Barrier is going to be invested by Lost Sauce, and pretty much nothing gained out of there, as there's really no fight on the point. And right now, the point is not quite flipped, and now we're going to hit that overtime win.
Water able to find Glitch there, starting off with a huge pick, especially because they have that Coalescence ready to go. Train the next one out. B-Ball Man has to go gold here to keep himself alive, but you see Pal just trying to put a lot of pressure on them eventually. Water will find them as well. Kitsune Rush coming outside. We'll find Istas there in that trace through. Water gonna be able to find Cry with that disrupting shot, and I don't think anyone from Empire will be able to get back as Eternal Blue takes the first point here on Samoa.
Yeah, Eternal Blue did a really good job kind of staging out their ball play and really isolating targets quickly. The Pile Driver would come in, and then Psy would be on them immediately. It was really well played by the Ball Tracer combo, and that kind of ended up securing the fight really early on very often, because it put Empire back on the ropes. They weren't able to get the aggression they wanted to into the core of Eternal Blue, and that really hurt them. Empire's got to play with a little bit of a faster pace if they're going to be able to prevent this ball composition from setting up. And it looks like Empire right now is considering coming out on a rush composition here, and I do like that change because I think it is going to encourage a faster play style.
Yeah, especially with Train going over to the Somber right now. You want to see him maybe focus a little bit on Lost Sauce, maybe someone like Psy or Water, who, if they're a little bit away from their healers, cannot necessarily get back and get healed up in time.
I'm not quite sure what that, but here we go nonetheless. We are off to the next point on Samoa. Train looking for a hack target here. That ball is obviously going to be a huge target for him, but he's actually going to target the Tracer here, get the point, get the dot on them as well. He's not able to really follow up with anything right now. The new Sombra is a lot different than the old Sombra, for sure.
Again, another hack with the virus coming out onto the side. They're trying to be able to take care of them this time, but still you see Empire Blue here on the point at the moment. But I mean, Empire now coming back in, picking up a couple kills here. B-Ball Man won't find water there. The hack on the PAL kind of stops him from going into that ball mode there, and you see just the follow-up that comes from that from the rest of Empire as Empire takes a point first.
Yeah, that's been a very effective strategy from Empire so far. Finding a target with that hack. Train playing really well right now, keeping both the Tracer and the ball on their toes, really preventing them from getting set up. It's working really well so far.
Yeah, now you see Empire Blue trying to go around here. You do see PAL just go right in, try to, pile drive down the ground, maybe hope for a follow-up from the side. Nothing going to come from that right now. Is Train, though, still incredibly low side, though. Behind everyone there for Empire, not really noticing. Lost Sauce will find Cry, but Istos comes right back and find PAL, and that's a big loss there for Eternal Blue, especially losing size. So Lost Sauce, though, picking up some slack there, picking up a second kill. However, I feel like this fight is already over for them.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Eternal Blue to really get aggressive right now. Istos going to be coming back quickly on the Tracer. I look for Eternal Blue to maybe try to initiate a fight here quickly, but with the ball composition, you like to stage out your attacks here, so they're going to still get aggressive, which is a little surprising, and I think it might end up hurting them, and it does. They didn't quite have the staging right for that swing in, and it cost them in a big way.
Water gonna find Cry, though, kind of even everything out after they lose one, but Water will be the next one to fall. Sai finding it. I mean, Istos finding Sai. Istos with 3. Can they find a 4th one? I don't think they'll be able to, but they have already left their mark on this fight.
Yeah, Istos clutching up in a very big way right there. Istos new to Tranquility this season, veteran of other tournaments, though. Very, very good, well-known, very good DPS player, showing up in a big way right now for Empire.
And you see Empire here, they're being a little bit aggressive, which is what I like to see. PAL going immediately on the point. You do see the minefield come out for them, but you do see B-Ball Man dive in, trying to be able to find Lilac there. PAL will find one, but hell, there's nothing coming out. There's nothing else coming from the fight right now. For Eternal Blue, you eventually do see B-Ball Man dive back on the point. The minefield is still there, but there's really no follow-up here for Eternal Blue at the moment.
That was great tempo right there from Empire. They pushed into the fight immediately, led in by that dive in for B-Ball Man here with the rocket jump in, and Glitch with the Coalescence just kind of pushing through Eternal Blue's core, really preventing them from getting set up. This is exactly what Empire needed to change up here, as the ultimates was about to come out with that overtime wick going.
EMP and Primal Raids coming out from Empire. The Overclock coming out from Eternal Blue. Nothing really comes from them. Sai will find Train, though. Once that EMP kind of disintegrates, B-Ball Man getting incredibly low as well. Cry holding on to a beat here. Not going to use it. B-Ball Man finally falls. Eternal Blue able to take the point right now for the first time on this sub-map here. And you see PAL trying to get their way out of this fight. Actually, no, they're trying to do more damage right now. Lost Sauce going to be able to find Cry there. PAL just rolling their way through everything. Train, though, picks up a huge pick there on the Lost Sauce.
That's a very, very tough one there. If Empire can get aggressive quickly with no Lucio in hand for Eternal Blue, this is a rough spot to be in. They're going to have that sound barrier to push in on with this one. They should have a very high tempo push in here. I look for Empire to get aggressive quickly.
Yeah, you immediately see Cry here just trying to speed boost their team in. It will be B-Ball Man finding Lilac out early. The beat comes out just to save B-Ball Man there. It's going to be huge. They might even find a follow-up kill here on the water. And with all the pressure, they're going to be able to do that now. You do see, I believe, Minefield's ready for PAL at the moment, but B-Ball Man Train just putting up kills at the moment. PAL going to try to do their best just to hold on to the point as long as they can. They get hacked out of spinning there, but it will be Istos finding Lost Sauce there. PAL gonna have to use the minefield here, just try to buy him some time, but they get hacked, and now they're just being bullied by the entirety of Empire.
A couple of ultimates now for Eternal Blue coming through, trying to clutch out, but it's gonna be Lilac Drop who had that rally going. Right now, still unable to pick up PAL is the Empire. Eternal Blue reinforcements are coming back. Empire is yet to close out this fight, so this is not quite over, but PAL does go down. This is still not over, though, however. Istos right now trying to do with the pulse bombs, not able to connect. Dex, it's starting to look like it's going to Empire, but there's some very tough closure issues right now for Empire.
Yeah, but they finally get the kills there. They flip the point. Now, all they have to do is win one more team fight here. You do see B-Ball Man focusing on Lost Sauce there, but you do see more members of Eternal Blue coming back in to try to keep this contest alive. The dive coming out there onto PAL, who gets hacked, but still able to pile drive in the ground. Istos, though, picking up a huge kill there on to Lilac. There goes a lot of the healing, a lot of the damage that Moira can provide. But again, it's still trying to get rid of PAL on this ball. The pulse bomb coming out from side only sticks to the side of that bubble. They're not going to be able to find a lot of damage. The hack coming out on them, but the beat from Lost Sauce is perfect, keeping alive. Water will find Cry there to try to even it out. Istos, though, will find Water right back. Train now just gonna get bowled through by PAL. Sai picking up Glitch to try to keep Eternal Blue in this one, and right now they have the numbers advantage. They just have to get rid of the Winston of B-Ball Man.
Empire, what happened? You had that in the bag, and just the inability to close is brutal here. That said, they do come in with 4 ultimates, close to 5. but they're on the ropes right now, Empire. This is like a complete like metaphor for their whole season, the way this map has gone, by the way. They can't clutch out, they can't finish it off at the very end. This is just Empire's season in a nutshell right now, and they need to come up big with this EMP, and they need to win this fight.
Oh, they have to be able to get rid of Water there, but they're not going to be able to. You see Water pop the overclock right now. The Prime Rage coming out here from B-Ball Man, who will find Water. Coalescence now coming out from Lilac, who will find Train right back to even everything out. Coalescence coming out from both Moiras here. Glitch, though, can be able to help B-Ball Man take care of the other Moira of Eternal Blue. Now Empire is trying to clean up this fight, but Pal, we've seen him be great in the past at just stalling out this point. They have to do it again now. You do see Sai in that background, but Istas going to be able to take care of them there now. Just get rid of Pal. You're going to be able to take this point right back.
Eternal Blue, target focus, or Empire, target focus. What is going on? It's just so strange because they're so split. They're so split, and they keep targeting the Wrecking Ball when the Lucio, it's just, there's so many questions about the choices Empire was making in that fight. I have so many questions about this. I'm not sure why they weren't able to close that out when they should have. They had a 5v1 on the point, and they just let it drag and drag. Empire, it is a metaphor for your season. You gotta do better than that if you're going to end up doing anything in these playoffs. Eternal Blue, great heart, great comeback from them to even have a chance in this matchup is crazy to me after how that fight looked after it went to 99-0. The fact that they almost still clutched that map out is crazy. Huge testament to Pau playing excellent on the Wrecking Ball right now.
Yeah, but look how these two teams are coming out right now. Basically, it's a mirror match besides the tanks. What do you think about that, Yeti?
You know, I think it's a good choice. I like the changeover to Sombra here for Eternal Blue, although I will say Water on the Sojourn was a menace. But I do like what Sombra brings to this. It's going to make it really hard for B-Ball Man to dive in effectively. It's going to be Lilac taken down first, though. Glitch very low, going to get dropped by Sai. So Moira's traded out right now. It's still anybody's fight.
Yeah, speaking of getting dived a little bit early there by B-Ball Man, they immediately find Lilac. Both Moira's out. Train going to be the first one to lose in the Battle of the Water. I don't know what happened there, Water, but apparently you took yourself out of this fight. Empire now might be able to get a free cap because of that.
Yeah, Empire going to get the free cap off of Water. I'm not sure what exactly happened. You know, the new Sombra translocator just teleports you immediately. It might have just been an oopsies moment. Ended up somewhere on the beach. So not really sure what exactly happened to Water, but nonetheless, they are dead. But here we go. B-Ball Man now staging up onto the high ground here on this low ground point. Very, very difficult to defend on the point itself. You got to push up to that high ground here. And that's what Empire is doing. The fight is underway with Axe rolling in.
Yeah, but Eternal Blue here actually kind of capping this point right now. Empire finally gets someone back there, but Lost Sauce going to be able to find Glitch, their Water, going to be able to throw their translocator, get themselves out. But you look at the ultimates right now for Eternal Blue. They do have two compared to the one that Empire has. The beat coming out here from Cry, it will be there to kind of respond to the minefield. The Pulse Ball also coming out there from Sai. Istas going to be able to find Sai. B-Ball Man dives into the middle of the minefield. They're able to just put down that bubble, keep themselves alive. But how long can they really keep themselves alive? They're going to be able to find Lost Sauce. That's a huge pick for them, but they are in a very bad spot right now. Eternal Blue, though, able to flip the point.
Eternal Blue does get the point flip, and it's really hard, again, to kill that Wrecking Ball. Incredible sustain here. The ball is going to be able to keep poking on the point, making it really hard for Empire to close back out this point once Eternal Blue gets the take on it. And that's what we're seeing right now. But here goes Empire just getting the point back before the fight got back underway.
Right now, a huge EMP finds 3 there for Eternal Blue. They're immediately able to turn it into 1 kill there onto Glitch, but it doesn't look like there's going to be really any more follow-up from that. Cry getting hacked, but the Prime Rage coming out from B-Ball Man. Gonna try to keep Cry alive here. Sai will eventually find Cry there. Pal so low, but not going to be able to die. B-Ball Man coming back down to earth. Will find Water there. Empire does have the point back. Sai, though, finding Itzos there to try to even everything out. The hack and the virus coming out there on the Lost Sauce. They will find him there, but Eternal Blue is leading the numbers battle right now.
They are, but Empire is winning the point battle, and there's an EMP from Trade. It's a great EMP. They're down in the fight, but this is one thing. Sometimes being down in the fight, you can still clutch it out with big plays. We see a sound barrier in from Craig, too. This is great play from Empire to turn that fight around. They were outmanned 4-3 in that fight, but they came in, blew a couple ultimates, knowing they could finish this off and potentially just secure this map here with that very clutch play.
Lost Sauce gonna die there, but they do force the overtime. Pal coming back and gets hacked, so there is no pile drive back down on the ground. That gives it a lot of damage, and they are so close to a minefield. They're gonna have to use here to try to buy him some time. It does come out on point. Pulse Bomb coming out here from side, does not stick on anyone as B-Ball Man finds Water. Sai falling, Lilac down as well. Empire trying to clutch up this pier. They're trying to get rid of those narratives that have gone with them this entire season. All they have to do is get rid of Lost Sauce and Pow, but those have been the two hardest people to kill so far.
They have been. We have a Pulse Bomb in hand of Istos trying to close this thing out, and it's going to be Empire closing it out and taking Samoa, and they're going to go up 1-0 in this match.
And, you know, if you looked at last week's match between these two, teams here, Empire actually didn't win control there as well. So I wouldn't get too far ahead. Both these teams looked really good. It was really close on every point. I believe it went 9-9 to 99 on all 3 points. Maybe this first one was the only one that it didn't. But, I mean, Eternal Blue and Empire looked very evenly matched, and we kind of thought that was going to be the case coming into this series.
They really, I mean, we expected an even matchup, but then it's exactly what we're getting. Both teams have things they need to be doing better, though, if they want to win this matchup. For Empire, great compositional change. Love the choice going over to the rush composition. It rewards them being aggressive, and it's something they were missing on that first map, and it paid off for them in a big way. It disallowed Pow and that Wrecking Ball to really set up and take advantage of that pile driver, set up their angles, and be able to really run that composition effectively. Eternal Blue kind of made a modification, kind of going to a bit more of a rush style with that Wrecking Ball in instead of the Winston. It did pay off. It resulted in a very close matchup there on the final point of Samoa, but Empire just barely got enough to be able to close that thing out with some really clutch plays from Train and Cry at the very end there to secure that map. So right now, again, we expected a close matchup, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Yeah, you have to remember this. These two teams played last week. They went all 5 maps. I would not be surprised if we see that again here tonight. These are 2 evenly matched teams, and it's kind of following the same script as their game last week. Empire won the first map of Control. Now it will be up to Eternal Blue to pick. I believe it is a hybrid map. They did play Blizz World last week in their week 9 or final regular season matchup here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do that again. They know how to beat Empire on that map, but Yeti, is that in the map pool?
What was the map that you were
Blizz
saying?
World.
Blizz World? Blizz World is not in the map pool. We have Eichenwald, Hollywood, and Midtown in this map pool for playoffs here. So not what we're expecting here, but it looks like we have the choice here from Eternal Blue. They're going to go to Midtown.
Yeah, and honestly, that kind of doesn't surprise me. Eternal Blue looked really good on the brawl comp that they ran on that first point, the one that they won. But then when they went over to that Wrecking Ball, it almost seemed like it was very hard for Empire to kind of deal with it. They really struggled on killing it. That's why that second point went from 99-0 to 99-99 with some incredibly long holds there from Eternal Blue. I would not be surprised if we see the Wrecking Ball come out again on Midtown, especially on the first point. I feel like that kind of does lead itself into a little bit of a Wrecking Ball kind of area.
Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely see a Wrecking Ball composition coming out here from Eternal Blue, and I think it could pay off for them in a big way. Not really sure what to expect, though, from either team. Empire, there's a lot of different strategies you can run here. We've seen Brawl compositions be very effective on this. We've seen that Rush composition, and again, we've also seen the Sigma composition. There's lots of different ways you could go on this map. So I'm not really sure what to expect from these teams. I have a feeling we're probably going to see similar fast-paced stuff coming out of Empire because it's working right now. But then again, in that rock, paper, scissors matchup, not really 100% sure what we're going to see as of yet. What I will say is we are seeing some results pouring through in the playoffs already here. And I'd like to share some of those results with you already. We have Classified picking up as the 7th seed, picking up the win over 10th seed Reckless Gamma earlier tonight here. We also have Dapper Dynasty fighting off the fraudulent allegations, winning over Tempest 3-1. That's a 6th seed over 11th seed there. We have some other matches ongoing too. We have Frost Nova taking on Oath right now, and Frost Nova is up 2-1. I'm sorry, 2-0 in that matchup currently, going into their final map. And Krakens versus Insidious just got underway, so we'll see what the result is there. So we have results coming in from the Transcendence Tier already, and that playoff picture is continuing to take shape.
And it seems like we have a sub coming out here for Eternal Blue. Pow out Scotty or Scooty coming in.
So different look now for Eternal Blue with Pow out of it. Now they're going over to the Sigma. So I'm not sure if this is just kind of a, Scooty plays the Sigma maps, Pow plays the ball maps, or something like that. And it seems to be working out for Eternal Blue right now. So going over to the Scooty here as we speak. So interesting move here for Eternal Blue. We'll see how it pays off. Train coming out on the Sombra, and now not going to stay Sombra.
Yeah, just going out on a little bit of a recon mission there. They basically let everyone know what Eternal Blue is running here so they can come out with and immediately, you know, counter it with their own Sigma comp here right now. You see each team just kind of poking at each other right now, but I feel like it's going to be a big difference here between Psy and Train, who can get the most value out of their picks, because those are the only two different picks here, but it will be Cry actually finding Psy out first, and now if you're Empire, you have the advantage. You're immediately going to point.
Empire moving right to point here. They'll have a great opportunity to be able to win this one. And Water going into that turret form, going to start applying pressure, but they're also taking a lot of pressure right now from Istas as well. So not really able to do a whole lot with it. And there's the point take. Eternal Blue did not contest it quick enough, and Scooty goes down. So Eternal Blue is going to have to be running away. They're not going to be able to set up for this point. And it's going to be, now Empire's going to be able to take that high ground. This is an absolute disaster for Eternal Blue.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you're just seeing Empire just stagger everyone out. If they wanted to, they could play incredibly far up.
They really could. This is a great opportunity for Empire. They'll be able to move the cart really easily. They have that high ground completely underway. And now Cry, you just settle in. You can sit down, go for a little ride.
Cry's just having a good old Sunday drive at the moment, while Empire, while the rest of their team pretty much doing a lot here. You see the ambulance coming out from Glitch. That does force Eternal Blue to try to rotate around, wait for it to go away, respect a little bit with Scooty now, and get a force Cry off the cart there. That Sunday drive now over for them. Each team pretty much even on ultimates right now, besides Glitch using that Amp Matrix there. But, I mean, you look at Cry compared to Lost Sauce here. Already able to find their beat. Here comes the
what a lift. It's huge. It's a huge one.
Finds 3, but no kills gonna be confirmed from that right now. But the damage is actually coming out from Lilac. No value really gonna come from that right now. Train has the Blizzard ready to go. Gonna be able to use it here already. Find Water. They're gonna find Scooty as well. Now can they find Lost Sauce here? And they are in a big world of pain right there. That's the team kill. And I feel like Empire will be able to cap the second point.
Choo-choo, motherfucker, says Train as he moves through there with that Blizzard. That was perfect from Train. Really capitalized on all the cooldowns being used. There was nothing left Eternal Blue. They were in the absolute worst position. They had no cooldowns, no shields. They were just done. That was perfectly executed by Train. Really good fight there, and Empire did have to use a lot, but it paid off for them, and they already are 3.2 with 5 minutes on it.
Yeah, but you're immediately seeing the Flux and the artillery form coming out here from Water. They're trying to combo it up here. Going to be able to find Glitch and eventually find B-Ball Man as well. And this is the fight that Eternal Blue needed after essentially having 2 fights, just getting rolled over. This is a huge one for them.
Tactical nuke engaged there from Eternal Blue, and that was effective. Worked fantastically to really just stem the bleeding, end that fight immediately. And that's what Eternal Blue... Excuse me, that's what Eternal Blue needed. They just needed to end the fight. End this push, and they did a great job.
Yeah, but right now, Glitch, not in a good spot. Gonna be able to keep themselves alive. Oh no, the Blizzard coming out from Psy will be able to find them. It also find Istas B-Ball Man trapped in it as well. But again, just Eternal Blue. These are 2 fights they desperately needed just to at least eat away some of the time bank.
Glitch thinking that was an Orisa ult, diving right in. Just not the play there for Glitch. Unfortunately, they paid the price for it, and that set up Empire to lose that fight. But again, Empire has good ultimates coming back here with that Bastion ult, with the Amplification Matrix. Eternal Blue, though, is going to return with 2 ults of their own. So really anybody's fight here. It's going to be a really big Amplification Matrix battle here.
Yeah, especially with Water being up here, it's going to be a lot of damage being pumped through that Amp Matrix right there. Dueling Amp Matrix on the field right now. Istas going to go into their artillery form right here. Going to be able to find Lilac. Water immediately comes down to, dies right after that. Now Empire, you see Eternal Blue here. They're just rotating back. They don't want to lose anyone else.
That was a really good position from Lilac and Water until the artillery barrage went off, and then it was a little sketch, and they paid the price for it there. I like the creative positioning, but it almost cost them in a big way here, as now Empire getting really close to finishing this off.
Flux is ready here for B-Ball. Man, I would not be surprised if they use it here. They saw the accretion go out there from Scooty, but Scooty actually being one to pop their own. Flux here, going to be able to find a lot of damage. Immortality Field coming out early, but not going to be able to find anyone. Cry has to use the B to keep everyone supported through it. Now the Flux coming out here from B-Ball Man. Lost Cells will pop their own B to keep everyone alive through that train. Throwing out a Blizzard, already getting rid of that Immortality Field. Water going to get frozen, Lilac frozen, Scooty frozen, and you already see them all die there. Scooty and Psy, last one's alive here. Psy going to eventually fall there. Scooty all by themselves. Glitch will take care of them, and I don't think anyone for Eternal Blue will be able to get back in time. 2:43 for Empire as they fully complete Midtown.
Train coming up huge in this match here so far on that May. Absolutely fantastic play from Train. It was very surprising. Again, going into the season, a lot of people were kind of like, "Oh, Train on DPS, not sure what to expect. Train's been tank forever. How is this going to possibly work out?" Showing up in a huge way on the May there. Huge blizzards in multiple fights, basically leading the charge for Empire. That is exactly what Empire needed to stem the fraudulent allegations for themselves. For Eternal Blue, now it's about the answer. That was a rough go for you. You made some tough choices, made some big mistakes at points, but this is far from over. This is not a difficult map to full cap, and we have seen it's very easy for Eternal Blue to potentially run this back, and they're going to put the Symmetra out here. I gotta figure this is just for an early TP potentially, but at the same time, you never know. They could just be running something different to catch Empire with their pants down.
Yeah, and you have to play the Symmetra right here. If you put the TP in a very bad spot, you look at what Empire has right there. They have a Bastion, they have a Mei, and they have a Sigma. 3 characters that could immediately melt you if you make one small mistake here. So Sai on the Symmetra has to put this TP in the right spot.
Very big here, going with that bat. They're going to stick with the Symmetra. This is a bold strategy from Eternal Blue, but I like it. And Sai's been really good on any character they played tonight. So I'm excited to see what this ends up doing.
The TP not coming out there, but you immediately see Istas trying to just pump in as much damage as they can. They're going to have to fall back to keep themselves alive here as both shields for each Sigma kind of out here. Now the TP coming out, going to be able to get everyone into that firehouse. A perfect TP from there. They try to get some turrets set up, but nothing going to happen there. The ice wall from Train will not be able to trap anyone, but it does keep Eternal Blue in this small room.
This is a great spot for Eternal Blue. They're managing to get everybody healed up right now. They're going to come out with cooldowns in their advantage. They're going to push into Empire here. There's the amplification matrix from Lilac, but Scooty is going to fall here to Istas. And despite that good positioning and good TP, Empire stays strong and is able to push through that amplification matrix. That was well played by both teams, but Empire clutched up.
Yeah, and if you're Eternal Blue, especially when that Amp Matrix came down, you were thinking, okay, we're just going to go all out damage mode and just melt some people, but you didn't find anyone there. Now, Empire kind of in a really good spot here.
Empire's in a fantastic spot. They're really got great ultimates coming up here. Eternal Blue really behind in the ultimate fight right now, and Istas just putting up so much damage. They have the Wombo combo available here with the Sigma and the Bastion, which we haven't seen them use yet. But right now, Eternal Blue going to the high ground here. We're going to see the lift. It's not a great lift, but it does catch Scooty. That's going to be enough.
Yeah, and if you're Eternal Blue, you're going to try to just to keep yourself alive. Your Sai on that TP has to be able to get them out of this fight without losing any more members of it. Empire, though, going to fall back here. But like you said, look at the ultimates they have here. Other than B-Ball Man, they're basically fully loaded.
They are fully loaded. Eternal Blue still struggling to get their ultimates up. They should have Sound Barrier and probably Amplification Matrix. Yes, they should have both of those ultimates, but have not built DPS ultimates quite yet. They'll get them mid-fight here, but Empire's in such a great spot right now.
Yeah, but you do see Lilac has an Ant Matrix ready to go. The TP going to come out to kind of basically make Glitch's Ant Matrix null and void. However, the artillery configuration coming out
they can't find them.
is
Let's go upstairs, everybody. Oh, boy.
Nothing's going to come from it other than some damage. You do force out the Amp It up there from Lost Sauce a little bit early, but now Eternal Blue has its advantage on the ultimates right now. Amber just coming out in a very interesting place where I don't think anyone's going to find any value out. Photon Barrier coming out here from Sai. Eternal Blue, they need this fight. The Blizzard, though, coming out from Train. The Beat, though, going to be able to keep some members alive. Scooty, though, not going to be one of them. And Istas takes them out. Sai, Water need to do whatever they can to try to find anyone. Sai does not find anyone. Water does not find anyone. Lilac in a very bad spot up there on their own. Eventually, they will get taken out here, but they're going to be staggered.
Oh, it's a brutal stagger from Empire as well. That for sure makes this next fight last fight and really prevents it's really going to make it harder for Eternal Blue to get fully staged going into this fight as well. They're going to be down to almost 30 seconds before they have the full team at hand. They might not be able to set up their Sim TPs if they want to. They actually switched to the Mei here as a result, so I think that's a good move.
Yeah, but they do have this wombo combo ready to go here right now. Glitch doesn't have the Amatrix ready to go at the moment, but we do get a pause here. I wonder what it is for, because, I mean, you look at what is going on right now in the fight. They are re-engaging back into it, and Scooty about to throw that accretion.
And yeah, I'm not really sure what exactly happened. We're still waiting to find out. Yeah, it looks like maybe a ping issue. We might be stabilizing out and getting back in here. So it looks like, yeah, I think, yeah, parties are ready to go. So we should be getting back in just a minute here. But Empire is in a great spot, Dex. Eternal Blue has good ultimates coming back here. So they have a great opportunity, but the time bank is just not in their favor. This has worked out great for Empire.
Yeah, this is basically the fight for Eternal Blue if they want to win it here. Because, like you said, the time bank, less than 30 seconds right now. Immortality Field already being used here by Lilac. It's gone now. You see Bebo Man immediately popping that Flux. They're going to hit with a Flux of their own here from Scooty. The Wombo combo coming out will not find anyone, but they lose Lilac here. Eternal Blue losing Psy as well. Empire looking very strong right now to go up on the series point before halftime.
Oh, but
Scooty,
no
though.
healers now for Empire. Scooty popping off huge, but Scooty's going to get taken out here. Nobody left other than the Lucio trying to get back in and keep the touch going, but what a great accretion there from B-Ball Man to finish that off. And that's going to be Empire taking this Midtown, going to match point already. A great map for Empire.
And this is a great response from Empire, especially like I said, talking to their coach, Reborn. They were not very happy with how their regular season went. They were definitely looking forward to what this playoff run could bring them, because they said we have a lot of improvements ready to go, and so far they are showing us why.
Yeah, absolutely. They look really good right now. Empire had a ton of expectations coming into this season. They were the preseason runner-ups. A lot of people looked at them and said, this team is going to compete for a championship. No question about it. As the season's gone on, that hasn't been the case. That just hasn't. They haven't won a lot of close matches, and it's been hurting them. Yes, when you lose a lot of close matches, there's the argument that there is a progression out of that lower end of winning close matches. Now for Eternal Blue, you got to come back out of this one. You're down 2-0 going into halftime. You know, thankfully it's a double elimination, so if the worst does happen, you're not out of it. But for Eternal Blue, this is everything right now. They have to find a way to clutch up here and take this thing away from them in a reverse sweep fashion. But Dex, we're going to go to halftime now, and we got 5 minutes to come back. So anybody's Overwatch when we come back.
Welcome back, everyone, from halftime. Empire trying to silence some critics, get rid of those, I can't remember, allegations of them not being able to finish it up here. But Eternal Blue, they have looked good this entire series, just haven't been able to get a map yet. They need one now, or they are going to be dropped down to the lower bracket. Yeti, this has been a good series. I mean, the scoreline might say 2-0, and if you just watch Midtown, you might say Empire has been dominating this entire time, but you have to remember how close Samoa really was.
Yeah, it's a tale of two maps right there for Eternal Blue. One map, you looked like you were on the cusp of finishing it off, and then the next map, you looked like you were on the cusp of being finished. And that was not the goal. That was not very good for Eternal Blue. Very rough go on Midtown. But the benefit is they have a halftime. They had that chance to be able to maybe just mentally just kind of settle down. You know, we got a great team, guys. You know, they are playing really well. We've seen Water and Sai show up so many times so far tonight. They've made huge plays, picking off supports for Empire. I expect Eternal Blue to come back strong here. They get the map pick. It is worth noting Midtown was their map pick too. Didn't go ideal. We're going to Flashpoint. We're going to Flashpoint, and Empire has struggled on Flashpoint.
Yeah, and especially with that right there. I mean, Flashpoint is still, again, one of the newer modes, or the newest mode in Overwatch 2, and to Tranquility. I mean, you've only really played on it 3 times before this game here. So this is only your 4th time playing Flashpoint in a competitive game. And hey, it's also your first playoff game. Normally, I would always say when Flashpoint first came out, it was all about rush comps. But I feel like we started to see people go away from that and maybe start going a little bit back towards those brawl comps that have been really good on other maps.
Yeah, that very easily could be the case here for both teams, kind of going to that rush brawly style. But that being said, I think it depends on what composition the Eternal Blue is going to be running in here. I'm not really, I don't recall seeing any substitutes coming in here for Eternal Blue. So I'm not sure if Pau is coming back in or how that's going to work out.
I feel like this is a map where PAL, especially with how we saw them play on Samoa, would kind of lean towards them a little bit. They looked really good on the control map. I would expect them to come back out on the Flashpoint, which is just a control map without breaks here. And hell, even that ball, I want to see that Wrecking Ball come back out for Eternal Blue, because I felt like that was the best Eternal Blue has looked so far tonight.
Yeah, Eternal Blue, so this is a big map here. Eternal Blue has, in the last stage, which is the first stage that we played Flashpoint in, they are 3-0 in Flashpoint. Empire is 0-3. That is a very, very distinct difference. The Flashpoint map against Amnesia, who ended up finishing at the top of that pool, was the only match that Amnesia dropped in this stage. So, just perspective, Eternal Blue was the best team in their pool in Flashpoint, and Empire was the worst team in their pool. So something has to give here. So it'd be very interesting to see if Eternal Blue continues to trend here. And Colossus coming in on the Queen.
Yeah, and like I said, this is kind of the comp you saw when Flashpoint first came out. You want to play fast, that shout that Queen has. You see what it does there. It allows Eternal Blue to play a little bit more aggressive. Flashpoint open now. You're going to see Eternal Blue here maybe try to cap this point without really even killing anyone. Water going to be that person just to try to get the point capped here. But again, each team still looking for that first pick. But Istas going to be able to find Colossus. Water will trade right back up, but again, Train going to be able to find Lilac there. And Eternal Blue not even able to get the first point here, but they do take Glitch with them.
They do get a couple kills at the very end, which is going to make it a little harder for Empire on the comeback. to be able to hold up. But Sai is also going to be late to the party too, so it doesn't really impact things that badly. Cry will be able to get glitched back in really before this next fight gets underway. So Eternal Blue, it was okay. They need to play faster. They need to rush this composition a lot harder. They're playing too slow and allowing Empire to kind of ramp up the damage with that Sigma. And that's a very good wall there from Train, but it's not going to result in any finishing of
Plus, able to find one small crack to get them through that one. The knife coming out, they're going to be able to grab glitch, but not be able to find anything. That Ant-Mitch now coming out for them. Immortality Field down and out for both. Istas still going to be able to find Colossus Lilac out as well. Water will find Cry. The Blizzard also coming out here from Sai. They're going to be able to shut down B-Ball Man and Istas right now, but you have to get rid of the May and the Baptiste now for Empire. If you're Eternal Blue, Empire will eventually lose glitch now, but again, it's really all up to how long Train can survive, and with that ice block, they're going to be able to do just that, but eventually they'll fall there to Lost Sauce.
That was still a really good stall there at the end for Empire. They managed to tack on about another 25%, which is basically saying that this is last fight territory here for Eternal Blue, no matter how this next fight goes. So Empire is going to race to get back, try to make sure they get 2 fights on this point here, try to stage up quickly. They have great ultimates coming back into this. Sound barrier, though, for Lost Sauce could be everything.
Is Tosca go into this artillery configuration, maybe just to try to split up Eternal Blue a little bit early? You do see them focus in there on Lilac, not going to be able to find them just yet, but they will find them on the follow-up one. The Flux coming out from B-Ball Man, the Beat going to have to come out here from Lost Sauce to try to keep everyone alive. Colossus, though, incredibly low, has to fall off of the point there to keep themselves alive. Silo will fall there to Istas, who has just been dominating so far this series. Empire retakes the point. Eternal Blue going to be able to keep this contest alive here with Lost Sauce, but they are losing numbers, they are losing members, and they're going to eventually end up losing this point.
That's a great play here from Eternal Blue, trying to hold off there, trying to keep that thing alive, but Empire going to close it out. Very well done there, so that's the market in hand for Empire, as now we're going to be heading over, looks like, to Palace as our next play here for Empire. Empire in really good shape right now, and they got a Blizzard coming back.
They got Blizzard to have his Ant Matrix right here, and you could force Eternal Blue to completely respect it, but Water could be able to find Cry. The Ant Matrix coming out here from Eternal Blue actually first. Now, if you're Empire here, what do you do? It's going to be throw that Blizzard out, get rid of the Immortality Field, find Colossus there, and that is just something that Eternal Blue did not want to see there. Empire going to be able to cap this point here first.
Yeah, Train has been absolutely ridiculous today on this May, and has been the difference maker in so many fights. Train's May is just dominating the lobby in so many ways right now. So impressed with what he's bringing to the table. But now Sai has the opportunity to answer back, and Water, who's been so good with the overclock so far. This is Eternal Blue's fight. They have to win this.
Damage, though, going to come out here from Glitch. You see what that does to Eternal Blue. It forces them to respect it. It actually split up, though, and they'll come back to maybe bite them. The Blizzard does come out here from Sai, but it captures no one, and instead they're going to lose their Baptiste there. And the Beat coming out from Cry just to make sure that they're going to end up winning this team fight, while everyone else on Eternal Blue trying to rotate back. But Water, are they going to be able to get away? No.
Not an ideal scenario there for Eternal Blue. They're going to have a hard time getting a full reset in here before this point is basically finished. The Empire ready to go up 2-0 on Flashpoint here and be 1 Flashpoint away from finishing this thing off. So great spot right now for Empire as they set up here in Palace, ready to finish this thing off. Eternal Blue is going to have to race to the point, and that's great for Empire as they sit there with an artillery barrage in hand.
Coming out. Can they get the Wombo combo? They get the Wombo combo. They find both supports. B-Ball Man gonna just rock Colossus there to death, popping their overclock, but it won't matter. In the end, it's Istas takes care of the DPS line, and Empire 1 Flashpoint away here from sending themselves on to the next round, and we're heading to Garden.
We're heading over to the Garden next. Great fight there for Empire. Wombo combo to the max, and now both teams coming back. Nothing in the holster here. I guess we will have Sound Barrier coming in from Lost Sauce, so that should be coming up here and be able to maybe clutch out a fight here for Eternal Blue. They really need to win first fight here, but they're already very low.
you do have the beat ready if they want to invest that early, just try to play a little bit aggressive here. But we haven't necessarily seen that from them this entire map. Now the damage coming out here from Glitch. You see all that damage being pumped out there from the Lilac does have their own Ant Matrix ready to go here, but Empire will be able to cap point first just off the aggression here from them. But Water finds a huge pick there on the Istos as their own Ant Matrix comes out.
Yeah, they do find the pick on the Istos. Empire does get the point ticking in their direction, however. Lost Sauce with this sound barrier in hand is going to be a big ultimate if they need to secure this one. Empire going to be pushed around here, Train very low, going to pop into the block here. They're going to have a Blizzard coming out of that block, however. There is a chance where they could choose to try to turn this around, but they will not do so, as it's going to be Eternal Blue winning this fight.
Water finds one. I believe Colossus finds another there. You see Water pick up the final 2 ones there. They're going to be able to flip the point, only allowing Empire to get almost 50% there.
Brilliant work there from Empire to hold that as long as they did. Eternal Blue looked fantastic. However, with that amplification matrix applying the initial pressure, Water doing so much work right now on this Bastion. It's absolutely crazy how effective he's been on all of his characters so far tonight. Psy now with the Blizzard in hand. It's going to be a battle of the Blizzards that really could decide this map right now. It could potentially finish it off here if Empire's Blizzard is better.
Here comes the artillery from Water, trying to focus in on someone. They're not going to be able to find anyone. Lost Sauce. There's no beat now for the Flux, but I think they whiffed on the Flux here. Blizzard coming out here from Psy. They do not find anyone with it. It's all going downhill here for Eternal Blue. Water, though, will be able to find one, but Colossus taken out of this fight. So is Water, and now Psy, in a really bad spot, will get taken out as well.
And now we head to last fight here, more than likely on this flashpoint. Could be match fight here for Empire. They have 3 ultimates against nothing right now for Eternal Blue. Empire has all the tools in the shed to be able to finish this thing off and claim this match 3-0. Eternal Blue needs to clutch up right now. They need a big play off this amplification matrix.
Yeah, but what you see, what they're walking into here, it's going to be very difficult because you see Empire just go full-on aggressive mode here. But you do see the Emmets come out on point right now. The artillery is going to try to come out, get them off the point. The Immortality field goes out. Lost Sauce can be able to find Istos there. The Blizzard, though, coming out here from Train will be able to find one. Can Eternal Blue keep enough of their members alive here to maybe keep a contest on this point? It's up to just the just to no one. Empire going to be able to take this point back and move themselves on to the next round with a 3-0 sweep over Eternal Blue, the team that beat them in Week 9.
The revenge story is over for Empire. They advance in the playoffs here to the next round, taking on MI7 in the next matchup here. And for Empire, you gotta be happy about that. You didn't win a match last stage. You lost to this team 3-2 last week, and a match that everybody expected you to win. And you come back this week and you win big, taking down Empire, or taking down Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue looked great at times tonight. I definitely expect to hear more from them as this playoffs goes on. They'll have a great opportunity next week against Culture in the lower bracket to be able to push themselves forward towards that lower bracket seed into the champ bracket. So anything can still happen for these teams. But that being said, right now, got to give credit to Empire. They answered a lot of concerns and come out with that 3-0 win.
Absolutely. They look great throughout this night here. Istos got the play of the game there on Servasa, and they were great. One of the things that the coach actually talked to me about Istos is that they had killed a lot of men to get to the point where they're at. And when I asked for more details on that, they left me on red. They did not tell me what that meant. So interpret that as you will. But hey, they looked great tonight. This is a game they desperately needed. Like you said, had lost all 3 games in stage 2. Maybe a team that a lot of people were starting to think were on fraud watch. Like you mentioned, they weren't ever able to finish maps here tonight. We saw that a little bit on Samoa, where it was 9-9 to 9-9 on those last 2 points. And hell, you go back to that second point, they were up 9-9 to 0. Let Eternal Blue come back and get it up to 99 to 99, and had a couple good back and forth team fights before they were finally able to cap that second point and force a third point, which again was really close as well. But I feel like they've kind of silenced those critics. They were finally able to finish off some maps tonight, and especially when you look at that Midtown map, they were dominant on it. They did not let Eternal Blue even play, in my opinion.
They really didn't, and they just looked dominant after map 1. It was just a kind of a case of Empire taking care of business. You know, Eternal Blue looked really good, and again, their DPS looked fantastic. I was so impressed by Water and Sai time and time again, putting the team on their back, clutching up, and making huge plays. They really did. But I have to give credit to Empire, and my personal MVP of the night has to go to Train. I think Train stepped up in a massive way. A lot of people looked at Train at the beginning of the season and said, again, why is this guy playing DPS? He's a tank player. He shouldn't be on this role. This is a mistake. It's not going to pan out well for this team. He has no really any DPS experience in this kind of situation. Showed up in a huge way on the May tonight. Clutch blizzards, huge plays throughout the night so far. And I got to give credit where credit's due. Train showed up, and they have a date next week with MI7. Very familiar foe for this team. And it's going to be an exciting matchup to watch next.
Yeah, but that will do it for us here tonight. Tranquility. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. And that Yeti, what tier is that tomorrow?
We have Ascendant Tier coming at you tomorrow, folks. Ascendant Tier in the playoffs. Our feature match tomorrow, of course, and I have this memorized, and I'm definitely not looking it up as we speak, because that would be absolutely ridiculous if I was doing that, is number 14 Revitalize taking on number 19 Midwest Monsoon right here tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Revitalize against Midwest Monsoon, so should be a great one here tomorrow. That's a lower bracket starting match, so that is win or go home in that matchup.
Yeah, the stakes are going to be high tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in at the same time, at the same place. You're not going to want to miss that, but that will do it for us here tonight. Want to give a quick shout out to CBF and Orange for getting all these shots and angles that we saw throughout tonight. They did a great job with that. Yeti, it was rough for you to get here, but you got here at the end, and you did amazing tonight, especially with me not being able to speak for half of it.
We made it work. We got it done there, buddy. And tomorrow, looking forward to enjoying another fantastic night of Tranquility Playoff Overwatch. So thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you being here with us tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.